use mine a couple times a day.
Love
they look
that.
as good as the day that I got them out of the package.
And I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
They're
of
really
course.
fantastic.
Well, Temptations is quality.
Yes.
A beautiful line that started here at QVC years ago with Tara McConnell of gorgeous ceramic bakeware and cookware, and then it became dinnerware. And then she started accessorizing in this beautiful ceramic to coordinate all your pieces. And so we have for you now is a set of 2 ceramic pepper grinders. In the old world pattern. You're getting 2 for a clearance price of $16.92, beautifully hand painted as all Temptations ceramic pieces are. You're saving $4 because you're shopping our clearance show. And I have to say, nothing is better than freshly ground pepper, whether it's salad, soup, or cooking. Yes,
I'm gonna
could be
sneeze.
right. And it's funny because it used to be one of those things that you associated with fine dining. You know, when the waiters would come over and do a table side, and it was like, heck, we should be cooking with it, and this is what we should be putting on our own tables.
Absolutely, and I love this set because you get both pepper grinders. There's stoneware, hand painted, everything you know and love with Temptations you're getting with this set. So you get both pepper grinders, and they're really sturdy. I mean, when you handle these, you know, you really have, they're not too heavy, but they are certainly not light. A strong wind isn't going to take them out. They look beautiful and they sit wonderfully, maybe one on your counter next to your stovetop for cooking. You can grind fresh peppercorn right into your recipe, your saute perhaps, and then the other one can sit nicely on your counter at your breakfast bar or your table. So I love that you can use them that way.
You know why I really like that? Because as a person who kind of cooks in shifts in the morning, depending on who's getting up.
Sure.
My husband's up early. I'm making his eggs. I can, you know, cook with it. Then he can sit down and he can start eating because the next thing you know, the boys are getting up. Now I'm cooking their eggs. So I'm going to want my own pepper grinder while my husband can sit there and take care of just putting a little extra pepper on top.
And this is what it replaces. I mean, until I found Temptations, honestly, this was the sort of pepper grinder I was pulling out of the cabinet, if I could even find it. But really, pepper grinders are fantastic, not just for peppercorn, but also for dried herbs. I think it's absolutely true. I think it's fantastic to extend the life of your dried herbs. Because, you know, if you've got a dried oregano or a dried rosemary sitting around in a jar for 5 years, that's not helping anyone. You spend money on that.
Yeah.
So put it in one of your grinders and go ahead and use your fresh herbs.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
wow,
it's fantastic,
that's a great idea.
right? And get rid of this, not so pretty, right?
No, it's not. It doesn't make a nice presentation on the table. Okay, so we're all about colors here at QVC.
Yes, we
and
do.
we
We
know
have
that
great
you're
colors.
probably dying to know what's available because you know it's at a clearance price, so we are limited. So why don't you show us?
And these are beautiful. This is Spice, Stace. I love Spice because the time of year that we're in right now, and the Spice will take you right on through the rest of winter and into spring and into summer. I love Spice. And remember, set of 2, so you'll get both colors.
4 dozen remaining in the Spice.
Oh,
That's
wow.
It. Yep.
Okay, and they're gone, right?
And
Once
then
it's
no
gone,
reorder,
it's gone.
yep.
Okay, and then we have brown. This is me. This is
pretty.
my color, and I love the Tuscan brown, as I like to say. How about the aquamarine? Is that
That's
fancy?
nice.
Isn't that cool?
I can tell you what, if you have a little place at the beach,
Perfect.
that's your set for the beach house.
And you know,
for the
it's very seasonal. We
apartment
don't
there.
always have this color. So this is really
I'm surprised that
special.
we do at this time of year,
Isn't that
quite
something?
frankly.
And look, I just want to show you look how beautiful it matches back, right? So if it's brown, if it's black, you collect. The aquamarine is really a fantastic pop on your
great
table. Here's the cranberry. And then we have red, and that's a true red, a cherry red. You can see, hopefully you can see it with your television set, though the cranberry's a little bit more muted. Next to that, over here is the firework Fetty.
Ooh,
and again,
I like her.
talking about a color that we don't normally have. But how about the red, white, and blue? Isn't that great?
Oh, I think it's awesome. I mean, obviously I'm thinking, okay, when I'm entertaining at all my picnics, this is what I want out, but I want it in the house all year round. This right here is confetti.
And that's the mixture of all the old world colors all together. And so no matter what you collect, no matter what color your dinnerware is, that confetti will go back, will match back beautifully.
Yeah, very popular choice, usually confetti when we talk about Temptations. Here is
That's the blue. That's very, it's a cobalt blue. It really is very sort of European
I was going to
looking,
say, I'm
right?
thinking of a European kitchen
Yeah.
right now. And then finally, the green where it started it all for the Temptations line. So there's your old world green with the little pops of yellow and some red and some brown. So really pretty neutral year-round color for sure. If you have green Temptations already, pick up a set. you're getting to $16.92. Even if you're thinking, I really don't need to, then
Yes.
gift one of the pepper grinders
great idea.
to a girlfriend that you know might be collecting Temptations, your sister, your aunt,
Yes.
your grandmother. And then save the gift for another time. A birthday, Mother's Day will be, around here shortly, whatever the case. But really, I think once you appreciate again just having freshly ground pepper at the ready
Or
to
dried
go,
herbs, right?
or dried
Stace?
herbs, it makes a huge difference.
So we have some roasted vegetable. We did some dried herb there. Here we have a bowl of chili that just came out of the oven. So we'll grind a little bit of cumin right on top.
Oh, I love cumin and
a little
chili.
bit, a little bit right on top. How about our salad? We can go ahead and use a dried oregano or a dried herb mixture on our salad. But what if we're making our own salad dressing? A little extra virgin olive oil, a little apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar. Go ahead and grind a little bit of your herb in there, and then go ahead and dress your salad. So that's really wonderful. How about your steaks? You want to marinate your steaks? Well, what about seasoning? Use your pepper grinder for a nice steak seasoning or a Montreal seasoning. You just know that this pepper grinder is for your meats, and this is what you'll go to.
I was going to say, when grilling season comes around, if you do a lot or your hubby does a lot, now he has his own grinder with his favorite steak seasoning in there. He never has to worry about, making fresh or finding it in the cabinet and the lazy Susan. You know how that is. It gets really full with all those little jars of spices. It's at the ready and the go.
And refilling couldn't be easier. All you do is unscrew the top. This piece of ceramic comes off, and you just fill from the top. Simple, simple, right?
Yep,
Easy,
just like
easy.
a regular pepper grinder.
Yes,
That's how they all work.
We wouldn't want to go ahead and put salt because this mechanism isn't built for salt, but I've told you all of the different things that we can do outside of the peppercorns. We've got wonderful peppercorn grind right here on our omelet, and that looks wonderful. How about a smoothie, right? Flaxseed is getting a lot of play these days because of the health benefits of flaxseed, but I would ask you, how do you grind? You need to grind flaxseed in order to ingest it and get the full benefit. Well, here you go. Fill your pepper grinder full of flax seeds, and this grinds beautifully. And I can tell you, if you do suffer with a little bursitis or a little arthritis in the fingers, this is very simple. It's a very sharp mechanism. It's virtually no problem at all, is what I'm trying to get at. That in terms of turning this, it's a very simple twist, and it grinds beautifully. Before we put our pasta bake into the oven, maybe we'll want to go ahead and give it a little red pepper seed.
I was just going to say, you did do red pepper, right?
Right, a little red pepper seed. Isn't that nice? And so effortless and beautiful, because when you break up the pepper seed, all those wonderful enzymes come out of the pepper seed, and you're really getting more bang for your buck that way.
You really are. They're a little less than 10 inches tall, a little more than 2 inches wide in diameter, almost 3. You're going to hand wash these. Let's go through colors again, Karen.
I would love to.
So everybody knows, starting off with that very limited spice that we have.
I love the spice, and I love that these are together. Look at the Tuscan brown with the spice. How great that matches.
Now 3 dozen. We had 4. We're down to 3.
Okay, and when they're gone, they're gone. I like to say that so everybody can get their color. Here's the brown right next to the spice. Look at the aquamarine. Boy, talk about pop. That looks really fantastic. Very seasonal color. We don't always have that. Here's the cranberry. Next to that is the red. That's a true cherry red. Next to that is the firework fetty. That's a true red, white, and blue. And that's really unique and special for Old World. Next to that is confetti. That's the mix of all the Old World colors together. Love that. Then we have the cobalt blue. The blue is fantastic. And then
Very popular this morning, by the way.
Old World green.
Okay, there you go. So mine a couple times a day.
Love
They look
that.
as good as the day that I got them out of the package.
And I'm not surprised. They're really fantastic.
Well, Temptations is quality.
Yes.
A beautiful line that started here at QVC years ago with Tara McConnell of gorgeous ceramic bakeware and cookware, and then it became dinnerware. And then she started accessorizing in this beautiful ceramic to coordinate all your pieces. And so we have for you now is a set of 2 ceramic pepper grinders in the Old World pattern. You're getting 2 for a clearance price of $16.92, beautifully hand painted as all Temptations ceramic pieces are. You're saving $4 because you're shopping our clearance show. And I have to say, nothing is better than freshly ground pepper, whether it's salad, soup, or cooking. Yes,
I'm gonna
could be
sneeze.
right. And it's funny.